Everyone's talking about the hit new game on the block, the normal elevator. Look, if you wanted relevancy, go watch the Grow Garden video. The normal elevator revolutionized the elevator scene on Roblox. But does it hold up? No, scratch that. What floor is the best? And why can't I interact with half the floors? Well, in this video, you'll see my ranking of all 32 in-game floors from worst to best, as well as the additional 19 removed floors I've added for nostalgia bait. Look, it's the deleted waffle floor. You have to like and subscribe now. Deleted floors will be marked in blue, like this, whereas floors still available won't be marked in blue. And as always, the normal elevator and the archived 2015 versions will be linked in the description below if you're interested in checking them out. Well, the elevator's opened. I guess that's my cue. This room was literally just a solid color. I'm a huge peanut butter and jelly song hater, and these guys irritate me on an unprecedented level. It's a PNG of the Death Star with scrolling yellow text, like from the movie, and I died by the fire jet, which I'm a little upset about. The first floor's still in the game, and oh my god, this one drags. It's 30 seconds of doing nothing, and only at the end after the floor falls can you actually leave the elevator. And there's nothing outside it. I could only find the Christmas version of it, but it was basically just Jaws frozen in ice, and then he thaws and walks away. Having a popular game was a lot easier in 2015. I can't see anything! This reference has aged like milk, and every time it occurs, it's like being hit with the hardest cultural whiplash from 2019. And for what? To walk down a hallway? I cannot stand the high-pitched that plays, and the secret version of the floor, while more interesting, is arguably worse with its sounds. As much as I adore the Big Cheese NPC, its introductory floor is such a nothing burger. You just watch from afar as it slowly enters the elevator. This one goes on for 70 seconds, doesn't even teleport you into the room, and has no sound. It's ridiculously boring to witness. Here, let's try it out. Okay, that's enough. I don't feel safe with this one. And the way it's face boosted is frankly evil. The portal animations with the box are cute, but aside from that, it's nothing special. You can't push the other boxes into the portal though, unfortunately. Bit of a nothing burger floor, to be honest, but it can be fun to avoid the noob's oncoming vomit, which is actually a really gross sentence to say aloud. Watching Jason kill this woman and throw his knife doesn't hit nearly as hard when the elevator is so much larger than the knife. Like, come on, you have to go out of your way to get hit by it. But if we kept the hanging body and the bloodstain... The virgin peanut butter jelly time versus the chud do you like waffles? Yeah, we like waffles. I like how this event feels like it's part of the waiting time, as the doors don't open, but unfortunately that means there's not much to talk about here. The walls close in. When I was younger, I wanted so badly to be able to walk into this area, but the skeleton NPC's cool. It's no the Big Cheese or anything, but it's cool. Out of everything that could be referenced, I was not expecting an SNL David Pumpkins reference, let alone was I expecting him to actually enter the elevator. And why does Sans have Goku hair? The cow tipping floor is fine. I like how you can leave the elevator, but other than that, it's nothing special. Side note, I never realized this was a sheep. I may be stupid. To the people playing with no sound, this must be horrifying in the way that it just jump scares you. This one's atmosphere is really good. The posters on the wall and being able to open the vault is so awesome. The only problem is how underwhelming exiting the vault really is. When the cops appear, they'll randomly pick someone to be their prisoner. If you confess, they take you, but if you don't, they'll just take a random person. But you already knew that, probably, so, the way they say, explode your oofing head, is so weirdly satisfying. Post-apocalyptic wasteland. It does nail the atmosphere, at least as much as the deleted floor from 2015 can, but it does make me feel desolate and alone, so it works. If this was merged with the vault floor, oh, it would be so peak. This event's so funny, as you can always tell who wants to be taken by the T-Rex. Wait, no! I hate the basketball minigame. It's so annoying to throw, but we gotta count our wins here. To be fair, it is a minigame. This overstays its welcome just a little bit too long, but it's the only floor that acknowledges how easy it is to avoid the deadly train and puts a fake out one on the side every now and then, so you never really know where it will attack from. That's smart. Similar to the walls closing in, I really like the ambiance of still being in the elevator, but this time it's elevated, get it? With the sounds and the lighting, and the giant demon in the back wall. But there's nothing new visually to look at for most of it. This floor's always confused me because why is Slender Man here? Why is he inside and not, I don't know, in a forest? Was that already taken up in Jason's floor, so we just put him here? Genuinely, I don't know. Oogie from hit film Nightmare Before Christmas tries to kill you with the Wheel of Terror, to very little success if you move one foot to the left. This one's just one of those silly slide games, except you don't fully make it in the hole and have to walk the rest of the way. That's not as silly or as satisfying. Honestly, it's really cool having to avoid all the sharks from eating you alive, and I was obsessed with the background song on this floor. Very similar to Sharknado, I was also obsessed with the song playing on this floor, and the way the elevator dissipates as the cat PNGs kick in is so peak. I genuinely cannot believe they got rid of Freddy Fazbear's floor, because this is art to me. And the Freddy Fazbear model they have, while not looking like him, scares me because of how uncanny it looks. This one could be so good if they just let you walk outside of the elevator. You already get pushed out later on. Why doesn't the game let you fall for its trick? Carried by pure cozy vibes. It's just kinda cutesy and homey to be on the Polar Express. Really similar to the toilet floor, but instead of sliding down the toilet slide, you can either feed or go down the tongue of the giant noob. It also makes more sense as to why you become diarrhea here than on the toilet floor. I feel like I need to explain this one, but is it not like really silly, and the little dance you do is so cutesy, and the free pizza sign, and the lighting, and the oh. This one really scared me as a kid. The creepy voice telling the tale of the haunted elevator and the blue lights slowly shifting into stars as he says, "But this time, it's opening for you." And then the elevator collapses? Genuinely used to believe this floor was cursed. It's so well done. The animations for the ring lady walking towards you is so encroaching, and this is the only floor to my knowledge that locks you out of the elevator when the deadly thing appears. No more small hitbox knife throws, this is where things get serious. This one's just good old-fashioned low-gravity fun, just how I like it. The vibes are so pure with iCarly and crew. This is the type of floor that nourishes the soul. The chicken eating contest is the complete opposite to iCarly. It is so stressful. This is also just a general critique for all of these competition floors. Only allowing 3 people to participate is a little boring if you don't get selected, and maybe I'm just weak-willed, but it's so much pressure on you to do well. However, when you do win, it feels so good. Or so I've heard. This one to me is like those dancing fruit sensory videos, and it's mesmerizing. It's the main floor featured on the game's thumbnail, and for good reason. I do like it. My only issue with it is how it breaks the immersion every time with how abruptly it cuts off at the end. Like, that's so unsatisfying. This one's a rather simplistic flood escape floor, and something about me is that I used to be the biggest flood escape fan. So seeing this activated a sleeper agent within me, and I knew I had to put it high on this list. The piano room floor feels so melancholic and ethereal, with nothing but the sound of rain and a piano in the room. It almost doesn't fit with the silly vibe from any other floor. It's no wonder why it eventually got removed. Anyways, here's me trying to play We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Underrated floor, to be honest. Trying not to fall out of the elevator is both challenging and weirdly intense. Ooh, we're getting to the real good stuff! This one's another 3-person challenge one, so sorry to everyone not participating, but it's definitely the most hands-on game. Paying attention to your tiles being lit up and trying to have the fastest reaction time is both rewarding, if not a little bit frustrating at times. Or you can completely disregard everything and just circle around the board, which might actually be the best strat. The last deleted floor on this list. Now this house is kind of a 2-in-1 because it has a regular Halloween form where you can touch the cauldron for a trick, death, or a treat. It also has a Christmas form where the dude just tells you about his hot cocoa. Both are weirdly comforting to me, and it's probably just nostalgia for a time period I wasn't a part of, which is why this is so high up. But this is the normal elevator we're talking about. Everything's based on nostalgia, so it cancels out. Honestly, I'm surprised this floor made it this far as well, but the more I thought about it, the more deserving it felt. They decorated the inside of the receptionist building from the show, and just look at how sad SpongeBob looks for missing his buzz. He didn't deserve this. The Pokemon floor is universally beloved by all. It's the only floor where only a few people participate, and yet everyone is interested on how it turns out. And while it's pretty hands-off and RNG based, at least being the Pokemon lets you pick your moves now. The creator knew how good this floor would be, as it's one of the few floors to have a badge tied in with it. And it's the most collected badge, might I add. There's only one other floor I can think of that beats this floor in terms of pure notability alone, and that floor is... The speedrun floor is arguably, if not the most iconic floor in the entire game. While the Pokemon floor is popular, this one has a legacy. The gameplay alone clears every other location, and low-key, I might just be bad, but it still provides a decent challenge. The music that plays is also so heavily ingrained in my head as this floor. Kinda like level 27 in Speedrun 4, if you know what I mean. And not to mention, the winner's room having this tongue-in-cheek, condescending speech while giving you a cookie is so silly, and frankly, sets a precedent. No, I will not elaborate. The speedrun floor is easily the most memorable, fun to play, and enjoyable floor in the entire game. And that's the ranking. I don't know what fully inspired me to make this. I haven't made a proper ranking video in like a year. But if you've made it this far, truly, thank you. And if you've liked it, you should so like and subscribe. I'm asking in like a nonchalant and cool way, you know, no pressure. I'll just leave this button here for you if you like want to. And this one if you want to see another video of mine. Alright, awesome. I hope to see you again soon. Bye!